Okay, welcome everybody on the press conference of the 46th Allianz Memorial Van Damme Diamond League in Brussels. We are very proud to offer our fans in the stadium and the athletics fans all over the world who watch our meeting on television or digitally a fantastic program with lots of the best athletes in their disciplines. And 4 of them are here now with us. And of course, we all look forward to the pole vault competition with Mondo Duplantis, who always gives us more than value for money. We have a very, very strong 100-meter field with Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce as one of the stars. And we are happy to have Erriyon Knighton amongst us. Our meeting is well known, actually. I was just telling him about our famous 200-meter bend. A very fast 200-meter has been run here already. And we hope that Erriyon will experience that. And Jasmine Camacho-Quinn, who will run in the 100-meter hurdles and is a very, very strong competitor, of course. Shelly-Ann, let me start with you.
Okay.
We met very shortly in the elevator in Lausanne.
Yes.
It was lovely speaking to you again after such a long time. And you told me you were very optimistic on your injury and that it doesn't seem to bother you anymore. Is that still so?
Well, so far, you know, it's strange at this time of the season to have like a contraction or a niggle in your hamstring, something that you're very aware of. And I think I went to Bellinzona. I was in Bellinzona and I got some treatment for a couple of days. And I think the last 2 days have been very optimistic. I was able to sprint, you know, and today I'm looking forward to going back to practice and see how everything is. But I think it should work out well. It's not 100%, but again, I'm optimistic.
But you're able to do handstands, I saw, so you seem fine.
I was challenging Mondo to a pole vault challenge whenever he's ready. And I think it's going to be fantastic. I'll be prepping for him for next season.
Okay. I was wondering, Shelly-Ann, how different is this Shelly-Ann from the Shelly-Ann I competed against back in 2008?
Yeah, at that time, I think I was just, you know, unsure of who I was and what I wanted to accomplish and how I, you know, saw myself. And I think at this time or point in my career, I'm a lot more relaxed and I'm enjoying the atmosphere, the competition. And I think for me, what I realize is, you know, once you, I guess, work hard and you're still passionate about what you want to do, you just have to come out, have fun. And when you're relaxed, you actually definitely run a lot better than you thought you could.
Yep, that's true. From a very experienced sprinter, we go to a new kid on the block, if I can say. Erriyon, welcome in Brussels. This is your first time in Brussels, right? So how do you like it? What are your first impressions?
I mean, my first impression was when I first got here. It's very beautiful. And I mean, from thinking back when I was in like AAU, like just 2 years ago, I would never knew that I would get this far. So it's like every time I get to travel to a new country, I mean, it's a blessing. So.
And I don't want to stress you more, but you've been people have been talking about you as a new Usain Bolt. How does that make you feel? Or are you very sick of that question?
I mean, I'm not sick of the question. I knew the question's going to come. I mean, I just learned how to deal with it. It's never going to go nowhere until I start falling off, like when I get, you know, when I start. So the question's not going to go nowhere. And so I just learned how to deal with it and just, I mean, I'm very honored to be within the conversation as somebody great as him.
Okay. Shelly-Ann, as a very experienced sprinter, what advice would you give this young, talented guy?
The advice I would give to him, I think he has some of it already. Just continue to be confident in who you are and, you know, what you know you're capable of doing. And I've seen him compete quite a few times, and I love the fact that he never backs down from a challenge. And he finds time to, you know, it doesn't work out this race, he finds it to come again and to do it. And I think that's what sprinting is about. It's showing up and making sure that you give 100. And if it doesn't work out the way you want to, you come again and, you know, you just never lose that hunger.
Being resilient. Mm-hmm. Mondo, Welcome back here. I have good news for you. We triple-checked the bar height this year, and you can easily go as high as 625. Do you have a plan?
I completely forgot about that until you just said that. Yeah, that was a little crazy thing we had to happen last year. But no, that's good. That's important. That's important because if I'm feeling good, then I would definitely want them to be able to put it at whatever I want to put it at. So, considering all things, there's a lot of things that have to line up to be able to attempt something like a world record. And so it's not like an everyday thing you can just always do on repeat. But, if things go the way that things can go, then that would be nice.
When do you decide on the height? What makes you take that decision?
I mean, like I said, like it's a combination of a lot of things. I mean, first of all, you have to be in the right shape, and you have to be ready for it physically and mentally. But also, I mean, outside of that, the factors that you can't control, like the weather, are very important. I mean, I think people underestimate how important the wind plays a factor in when you're jumping. We're carrying this like 5 meters, 20 long sail, and it's really tough with the speed and the rhythm on the runway if you have some wind that's either on the side or headwind. So things like that play a big factor in how high you can jump or where you choose to jump to. So those are just kind of like game time decisions depending on what's going on.
Okay, thank you. Your father told a Belgian journalist that you really love this meet. What makes Brussels so special to you?
I think there's a few things really. I mean, honestly, like first off, it's a beautiful stadium. It's a beautiful stadium, and it's a beautiful place to jump, and it's a place that I can jump high and that I have jumped high. So that's always a very convincing and fun thing that always makes you want to come back. And my father probably said that because we've had a few fun times with some Belgian beers after the meets here. So that was probably why he had some nice words for it too.
And is it the crowd too, the spectators, the Belgian crowd?
Yeah, of course. And I mean that's kind of what I meant as long as like the stadium too is like the energy in the stadium, and especially like alongside the bin where the pole vault is. It's
where the drummers are also.
Yeah, exactly where the drummers are. It's always it's a really electric side over there where we got rocking with the pole vault. So I mean, it's if not one of my favorite places to jump.
Oh, very, very happy to hear that. Jasmine, welcome to you too. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You will be participating here in a very strong 100-meter hurdles competition with Kendra Harrison and Brittany Anderson. How are you looking forward to that competition?
I mean, we just competed against each other in Lausanne. Like, we always line up against each other, so we know what to expect from each other. You just go out there, focus on your lane, your 10 hurdles, and do the best that you can do.
We've been talking a bit about being resilient already with Shelly-Ann and with Erriyon, and you've shown to be very, very resilient and coming back stronger after several injuries. Would you say that is one of your biggest qualities as a hurdler?
Well, I'm still dealing with my Achilles issue. That's been going on for months. I just tape it up, and luckily it's not, to the point where I can't run right now. And I am the type to keep pushing myself, and I know when to tell myself to stop. So I don't know. Like, just for me, it's all right. I don't really quit so easily. I don't know, it's just something in my brain, and I'm just like, you know what, now just go out there and do whatever you can do, and I've done that all year. I really just stayed quiet about it. After Worlds is when I did finally say something. I don't know, just go out there and do the best you can, like, it is what it is, That's just how I see it, and I don't know, just compete the best that you can.
Yeah, be the best you can and enjoy it, I guess. Shelly-Ann, I was just telling Erriyon also, today in Belgium, we are the 1st of September, is actually a very special day because holidays are over. All the kids are returning, are going back to school. Your son Zion is 5 years old now,
Yes.
just like my little one, actually, Nora.
Yeah, he's 5.
Will you be a mom at the school gate soon?
I go home after this meet because I actually have an orientation with him for he's starting his new school, and I'm really excited about that. But at the same time, I'm also glad to get some time for myself, you know, where there's no kid at home, can get to relax and, mommy, what's this? Why that? No, yes, all of those questions. But I'm excited for him, but definitely looking forward to being in a new environment for him with school. And also, I'm sure I get a lot of questions about, you know, so are you excited about sports day? I'm like, yes, I am. Are you going to run for us? Oh, yes, I am. So I get a lot of those questions now, but I'm really looking forward to that, you know, new phase with him.
Yes, it's a lovely new phase. And Erriyon, you just graduated from high school, and so you're also starting kind of a new phase now, going to another university, and which have started maybe already also?
Well, for my university part, I mean, I'm gonna start next semester when I get back from traveling and stuff. And I mean, for the high school part of it, I mean, it's done. I mean, it's out of the window now. I graduated in May. So, I mean, everything has been a smooth transition, nothing really too hard. So, I mean, I'm excited for the next chapter of life as in school, as I should say.
Okay. Well, Mondo, one last question to you before I give the floor to the journalists. I was watching you in Lausanne jumping, and you are always so relaxed, and it's just so wonderful to see you jump. What is your secret to stay always so relaxed and keep that relaxation in your jump?
I mean, I think that it's a combination of a lot of things, first off, but I think that experience at the highest level, and I mean, if you look at videos and competitions from just a few years back, it wasn't the same kind of jumping and, you know, relaxing and jumping as freely as I am now. And I think that you know, when you do something as much as I have, and I'm starting to get pretty comfortable at the, you know, at this kind of level of the event, and just with my technique and with my jump, and that you know, I can go into competitions and I can really have 100% trust and belief in my abilities and what I can do. So, you know, I still have the nerves, and I still have the normal little butterflies that everybody else has, you know, before the competition. But I feel like when I'm able to step out onto the track, I feel like it kind of more just turns into more adrenaline and excitement. I'm able to just kind of channel that and kind of just jump freely.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to pass my mic to Jasmine, and I leave the floor to everybody in this room. Yeah.
I have to get it.
Sorry. You can.
Good afternoon, Shelly-Ann. Hi.
Oh, hi.
It looks like you're improving while aging at the same time. So how long do you plan to keep on running, until you're 40 or?
I get that question so often these days. Again, the dream is definitely to go to Paris 24, but at the same time, I have to trust my body and just listen to my body as well, to make sure that each year I assess myself to see where I'm at and how I'm feeling. And at this time, I'm still very passionate about what I'm doing, and I'm still hungry, and I still think there's more to give. So as long as those things are working for me and that's the state of mind that I'm in, then it's not yet. So I can't give you a definite time, but it's not yet. A lot of things are in my state of mind. I mean, I have consistently run, 10-6 so far, and I think for me, being able to do that and at different points in the season, first 100 I did at the championship, and after the championship, and running 3 races basically, back to back, then you kind of know that, okay, 10-5 is definitely possible to do. And so, once I'm able to get to that mark, then anything is possible, I believe.
Somebody else?
Hi, Mondo. you've had a long season. I was just wondering what shape you're talking about. What shape are you in? Because it's just been such a long season.
I feel great. I feel good. I was able to follow up the World Championships with a few really good performances. Able to, jump that 606 at Euros and a few 610s too. So, honestly, the shape feels good, and I have 2 more competitions here in Zurich, which are 2 very important competitions to me. So I think the shape's good, and the motivation is definitely still there. And so I'm hungry, and there's still some things that I want to do. Feels like the job's not finished yet. So try to attack these last 2 meets hard and try to jump as high as I can. What that height's going to be, depends on the day. But I think I'm capable of something good.
Hi, Shelly-Ann. Just to go back to the 10.5 reference, how much of a motivation is that to you to go sub 10.6? And given the hamstring from last week, is it fair to say maybe tomorrow isn't the time to think about that?
If I'm being honest, I think at one point I definitely thought about calling the season after Lausanne because I didn't want to take any risk. And then I was like, okay, then I'll get a couple of days and I'll get some training. I actually got a scan done and they said, it was just like the contraction of the muscle, and I got a second scan and it was good. So for me, I think that is definitely something that has kept me here and making me be here. I know it's not 100%, but I'm still very, again, optimistic about what I can do tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that. So I got the days off, and I actually got some sprint work in yesterday and the day before, and it wasn't bad. So again, this is why I'm here at this meet, just to kind of see where I'm at, and if all works well and it works out, then I may still choose to do another race, because mentally I think I'm at this place where I've done the background work and I feel so good, leading into Lausanne. I felt really good, and I didn't want to waste that, you know what I mean? But I still wanted not to risk anything about next year. Next year is always there, and one thing my coach told me is there's something that you did this year, chances are you can replicate that next year, so don't worry too much about it. So let's see.
Hi. Also for Shelly-Ann, you've been racing internationally for 14, 15 years now. Are you, sorry to remind are you still learning new things? And if so, what are some of the things that you've learned either about yourself or about your discipline over the past year or so? Yeah,
definitely. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I think one of the things that I've learned throughout my 14 years career is knowing that relaxation is definitely the key to sprinting fast. And I think I have learned that, especially this year as a sprinter, and it has definitely helped me to improve. And because of that, I know that there's more to give, because for me, if I'm able to sprint, if my sprint mechanics is done properly and I'm relaxed and I'm able to, hit top speed at about 60 going into 70, I know that I can do great things with that. So I think the fact that I'm still learning things at this stage of my career and it's working for me, then, I'm really optimistic about making sure that I put those races together the right way and not rush the phases.
Mondo, last year you had a fantastic feeling after the meeting. You nearly broke the world record. What are your rememberings of that night, of that precise night, with all the technical problems and the jumps?
I remember the good parts of last year, honestly. And I really like being here in Brussels. I think that it's a really good place to jump. The energy in the stadium is it's fantastic, like we were talking about earlier. And so I really do believe that this is a place that you can jump high. That's a big part of the reason why I'm here. And it's honestly just one of the more fun meets to be at. So last year was super amazing. So trying to build on something like that, and hopefully even take it one step further.
Question for Jasmine. You mentioned earlier about how all the top hurdlers in your event, they don't kind of duck away from racing each other. Do you think that's a big part of the reason why the event is at such a great standard this year? Like we've had some phenomenal times, and do you think that maybe other disciplines could learn something from what you're doing in your event?
Honestly, the women's hurdles is just, I don't know, just watching how it's like over the past years, like from my freshman year in college to, you know, I used to train with Kenny when we was at Kentucky, and, you know, seeing her break the world record right there, that's a standard. She set a new standard, and it's like, all right, we have something else to chase. And I think the good thing about it is that we don't really duck nothing. Like, it's like, all right, we're gonna line up and go. But I think that pushes us more, and why everyone is seeing the times that they're seeing. You know, we know what we're capable of. So every time that we do line up, we're not gonna give, you know, nothing mediocre for real. Like, we're definitely gonna give a show. And honestly, I still think there's still more to come. Like, I expect more from myself and others, like, every time we step out there. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. If it isn't this year, then it's coming. Yeah.
This one's for Erriyon. How's your history? You've heard about the Brussels Bend. Have you heard about the race with Walter Dix here all those years ago, that really fast race, and Johan Blake? I think it was 2011, Kim, 11 years ago now. Does that stuff interest you, and how does it feel going to be racing on the same track as an American as well?
I mean, it feels good. I mean, I heard a lot of history about the track, that it's a good 200-meter track. I mean, greats before me have run on this track, and they have run well. And I'm trying to do the same as them, trying to run fast, and yeah.
Okay, thank you all very much for being here.
Thank you. I have one question for Mondo, right here from
Okay.
Jamaica.
Go ahead,
How
Shelly-Ann.
fast will you say you can do in 100 meter? Against me.
Wait, what'd you say?
Against me.
Against you?
Yeah.
I would beat you, yeah.
All right. Okay.
But
Survey says that's a lie. That's a lie. I
and
think, explain to us how sprinting and pole vault works, because I don't see you doing a lot of sprint work.
How do you know what I do?
I know, because I see the backyard pole vault thing. I didn't see you do any, 20 meters, 10 meters, run up.
45 meters.
45? Are you sure?
I should be sure of my own run, yeah.
Okay. So
I ran the 100 meter a few times in high school.
Few times.
2018.
What?
Huh?
18, 19, 20, 21. That's 5 years ago.
And I'm a lot faster than 5 years ago.
Want to bet?
I would want to bet a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
If you want, next year we put a 100 meter.
We do, yeah, next year just Brussels, me against Shelly-Ann. Just like this, 100 meter.
Okay.
Oh,
battle.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you very much, and good luck, and enjoy the meet tomorrow. Thank you.